Alright guys, this is how you get better on keyboard in a few hours or days, depending on what you're gonna do. So the first thing you should learn is crossover. But there's two types of crossovers. This one, and you kind of go like that, or the actual basic one, and it's this. You kind of get the hang of it if you just practice for like an hour or like 30 minutes even. You just listen and just practice this in like 10 minutes. You will be able to know it. Another thing is your vibrance and your color settings, or colorblind settings. Your colorblind settings should be 127. Sorry if it's there. I don't know why there's side of that. 127. Try nope 8, and that's it. Okay. Another thing you should do is go to all the way down to game. You should turn off these settings. These help your FPS drastically. So if I turn these on, let me see. I think you do have to restart game, but I'm not sure. If I turn these on, it's kind of flickering, but yeah. We put it on limited. It's about 400, but now if I turn these off, it's about like 500. See, it's kind of 450 now instead of 360. Another thing you should start doing is capping your FPS to 240 or your refresh rate. So if I'm stable to 40, but if you're like not stable, if you're stable 300, then go 360. And if you're not, I suggest not going. Another thing, you should start using Gear Up. Gear Up Booster helps with ping and all that. Sorry if I messed up on that. I'm kind of on 77 ping. But yeah, Gear Up Booster is really good. Sadly, it's not working for me, but I know how to fix that. But yeah. Another thing is using the tablets. I have a video about that. I'm going to put that in the link in the description. Also, you should start learning double edits and triple edits and a single edit. So the first thing I suggest is learning a single edit. You just ramp and get a floor in, ramp, get a floor in, and that's it. People say this is a single edit, but it just disappears, so yeah, it's not really a good one. And for your double edit, you're gonna combine these two and do that, okay? And you just need to keep practicing that. Another thing, start just doing a single tile edit. It's gonna drastically help. For triple edit, you're gonna do all that with a wall. So a good way to practice this, if you already know the triple edit, is make that either left or right, or you can do that. But yeah, in real time, I know ping's terrible, but I'll be there. Another thing, try learning a retake, but yeah. But I'll show you how to do a retake. First thing for the retake is, first, let's say if you're right here, you're first gonna do a simple like that, okay? And then you're gonna place a floor, keep doing that, and make sure and when you're about, I don't know, I believe 30 meters of height, so you can just mark like that, or 36. We're just gonna free ball. So for example, train, and that's very hard on yeah. Another thing is start using full screen mode. I use full windowed because I'm recording, but yeah, start with full screen, and it's gonna help your slightly your game will run slightly faster. You can rather see it. So yeah, it's gonna improve your FPS. VSync should be off, and I suggest you start using performance mode. And you should put your 3D resolution 85, view distance to near and low, textures low. Show FPS on and report performance stats is off because you don't, because that should be loading all game, and yeah, it's gonna ruin your FPS by a lot. Another thing, start putting your 3D resolution to 85 or less than 90. This is gonna help your FPS drastically. Next thing for your audio, sound quality high. This helped me so much with that. And if you have 3D headphones, just turn that on. But yeah, and make sure it's not on auto, because if it's like, oh, I don't know, the best ping is like Europe, right? It's gonna be like, oh, it's changes to Europe, and now you're stuck in that game with 142 ping, but then East is like 65. So yeah, and I suggest so much for competitive and cash cups, all that, cumulative or something like that. Make sure you turn that on, because it will tell you how much damage you dealt instead of making that in your brain. And these are my favorite cents. I put 60.6 and 15.2. And yeah, I also suggest using double movement, putting 65 to 75 on diagonal angle, strafe angle 90, and backward diagonal angle to 135. And yeah, but now I'm going to teach you with the best mechanical game sense. So how to fight is a simple thing to do, and this will help your mechanical game sense. First, let's say if you're right here, build this floor, come like that, and then you just need to get higher like that. I kind of messed up on that. Should let it. Yeah, you just need cranking, you know, and then you got height. That's one of the best things to do. But if you're on low ground, what I suggest doing is let's say if your enemy's up there, is trying to learn how to play low ground. So you can if they're like all out in the open, you should do peaks. For example, you can do a small window peak, and the smallest window is a brick. So yeah, that's also the best, because you can hide more. So that. And it's also, as the second fastest, metal is the fastest, and it's a good between from fast and slow from the building. But yeah, there's a lot of peaks, but I'll show you the most simple one. It's called, I believe, the peanut butter and jelly. So this is a peanut butter. You put it kind of like a sandwich, and then you jump. But I suggest not doing this too much. This is because of people use it a lot. Another thing is I believe jelly, and you do the basic same thing but reverse. And I should just stop doing this and start using this. This is not a lot of people know how to do this, and yeah. You also have headshot covering from this part, because and especially if you're right here, you got your legs, and you can hit like a good 56 or 30 something. And there's also the window method. It's also a good one. And my favorite is called the Mongrel Classic, but I do my Mongrel Classics differently. Some people do it like this, and they just box everything in, and they have their guy over here. But guess what? You're not actually shooting him, right? And if he has like as this wall, or that one, if you do it like that, and then this is terrible also, because you can just sit right here, and they're probably escaping all that. So what I do instead is do this. So you're gonna edit, and you're gonna edit like this instead. this makes it way easier to hit them, especially if they're leaving left. Or you could do this if they're leaving right. And then you can follow up with that right there. Or you can go, to the right. And what you're really gonna do is just build your cone up and there, and block them off right there, and then just shoot them wherever they are. And I suggest a lot of attachments because, and I can teach you. I'm gonna post a video on how to get the most amount of gold. And yeah. If you like this video, please comment and subscribe, and make sure you like the video. It's been a great one. And if you want to join HP Clan, you can just DM me on Discord. And if you have any further questions, just DM me on Discord. Alright? Alright. Hope you enjoyed.